So that was the atmosphere that I was in. But yes, Crystal Palace are on their way back to Wembley for the second time in 4 seasons. Welcome back to Palace Mad Mason. Hello everybody, it's Mason here. Welcome back to the channel. I'm still trying to get my voice back. Full time at Craven Cottage in the FA Cup quarter-finals. Fulham 0, Crystal Palace 3. We absolutely smashed it today. And I'm not going to lie, after not having a game to film about or, record for the last 3 weeks, I thought we might drop off a little bit. Do you know what I mean? But no, concentration was at its high today. And, we've kept our amazing away record up as well. And that's something that shouldn't be, silenced, to be honest with you. It's absolutely brilliant how we performed. Now, hats off, first of all, to Ebere Eze, because you know what? He's been disappointing this season a little bit, but he must love Craven Cottage. I remember a month ago when we beat Fulham 2-0 in the Premier League, and I said that was one of Eze's better performances this season. Well, he's gone back there and mustered up one of his best performances of the entire season, to be honest with you. That was a brilliant goal, first of all. I think getting his first England goal during international breaks, got his confidence up a little bit, so good for him. And it was a brilliant goal to put us in front. Brilliant assists as well to, set up Ismail Assar, who's also in fine form at the moment. To get it in front of the Fulham defender at the near post to nod in a second goal was absolutely brilliant. And Eddie Nketiah as well. I've been giving him a lot of criticism this season because we signed him for £30 million. But is he starting to come good at this point? 3 goals in his last 4 games in all competitions. You never know with Eddie Nketiah, and I did give him a lot of criticism in the game against Ipswich 3 weeks ago when we beat them 1-0 because of his lack of, I'd say, contribution with that performance. But I think when he came on alongside Daichi Kamada, I think he in particular showed a lot of contribution, even though we were 3-0 up. He wanted to get the ball forward, he wanted to drive a little bit, taking the ball into the corner as well towards the end as well. I think he did well today, Eddie Nketiah, and I think a lot of credit's got to go to him. I now think a separate clip needs to be made about the defence, because my God, were we defensively sound today. I think we could still be playing now and Fulham wouldn't have scored. Not just because of their little bit of lack of attacking intent. The first 20 minutes, they did show quite a lot of it, but after that, it sort of fizzled out as soon as we scored. But, Maxence Lacroix, Mark Gay, Chris Richards has stepped up a lot since Trevor Chalobah left in January. Mitchell, Munoz, all of them absolutely superb. And let's hope that we can take this, defensive solidarity, if you like, to Wembley. Because in terms of who I would like, the draw is tomorrow after Preston against Aston Villa in the other quarterfinals. So I will record my live reaction, hopefully, on the channel. If I can't, then I'll just post my reaction to the draw once we've found out who we've got. It could still be undecisive. It could be Bournemouth / Manchester City. But in terms of who I would like, out of the Brighton Forest game, probably Brighton because of the rivalry, and I think Forest would probably be more likely to beat us at Wembley in the semi-final. Out of Preston Aston Villa, I think it's obvious. I'd like Preston North End. But against Aston Villa, I am wary that, we are unbeaten in our last 3 against them this season. Beat them in the Carabao Cup, drawn at their place in the league, and beat them 4-1 at Selhurst Park in the league. Bournemouth, Man City, I want to try and avoid both, to be honest with you. I think Man City do have that extra bit of quality, but Man City haven't been what they usually, have been in the past, if you know what I mean. And Bournemouth are a very good progressive side under a good manager. So, it'd be tough against Bournemouth. I think I would like probably either Brighton, Preston, or Aston Villa. I think that they're the 3 that I wouldn't mind at Wembley, but we'll see who we get. But it's a special moment. It's another Wembley vlog on the channel, hopefully a lot better than my previous one, because the quality wasn't the best back then. But we've got to focus on the Premier League again. We've got Southampton, Brighton in the derby at home, and then we've got Man City away and Bournemouth at home before we then play in the FA Cup semi-final. So we've got 4 more Premier League games before the semi-final. So we've got to turn our attention back to that. And hopefully we have a bit of a spicy end into the Premier League season as well, with the hope of finishing in the top half places. So, it's still all to fight for in the Premier League as well as the FA Cup. going into April, it's amazing that we have something to fight for, something to look forward to. And, you know, I thought it was going to be like, oh, we lose to Fulham, somehow lose to Southampton, maybe lose to Brighton, and then the season's over. But no, we're through to the semi-final. It's amazing. Like, share, subscribe, and I will see you guys for the review on Wednesday night after Southampton against Crystal Palace. See you in a bit. Get in there. Que sera, sera.